Breakups can be a stormy sea of emotions, but what happens when a night out turns into a nightmare? Join me as we explore a chilling tale of heartbreak, fear, and the struggle to reclaim safety after a relationship ends. This is a story that reminds us that sometimes the past can haunt us in unexpected ways. Breakups can feel like a haunting, an echo of laughter and love that lingers long after the last goodbye. Our narrator, a young woman in her late 20s, finds herself adrift in the aftermath of a 2.5-year relationship that ended not with a bang, but with a whisper, a quiet realization that their paths had diverged. As she reflects on this emotional upheaval, she feels the weight of lost moments pressing down on her chest. The memories flood back, vivid and uninvited. Nights spent laughing over drinks, lazy Sundays filled with shared dreams, and the simple joy of playing pool together, her favorite pastime. The green felt of the table, the clack of balls colliding, and the thrill of a well-aimed shot were more than just games. They were milestones in their relationship. Now, those moments feel like ghosts, haunting her every thought. In this fragile state, she grapples with the complexities of her feelings. Was it really over? The absence of drama makes it all the more insidious. There's no closure to cling to, just an aching void where love once thrived. She tries to adhere to a no-contact rule, believing that silence will heal her wounds. But every corner of her life seems to whisper his name. An old song on the radio, a familiar scent in the air. Reminders that refuse to fade. As she navigates this emotional labyrinth, she realizes that healing is not linear. It's messy and unpredictable. The nights stretch long and lonely, filled with thoughts that spiral into darker places. She wonders if she'll ever escape this emotional purgatory, or if she's destined to be haunted by the memories of what once was. To cope with her heartbreak, our narrator clings to the no-contact rule like a lifeline thrown into turbulent waters. It's a decision born from necessity, a way to reclaim her sense of self after feeling so intertwined with another person for so long. But as days turn into weeks, she realizes that this self-imposed isolation is both a sanctuary and a prison. Every morning begins with a ritual, coffee brewed strong enough to chase away the shadows lurking at the edges of her mind. Yet even in these mundane moments, he is there, his laughter echoing in her memory as she stares out at the world beyond her window. She scrolls through social media with trepidation, avoiding posts that might remind her of him, or worse, pictures of him moving on without her. The weight of loneliness settles heavily on her chest as she tries to fill the void left behind. Friends invite her out, but she often declines, preferring the safety of her solitude over the risk of encountering reminders of their shared life. Instead, she buries herself in work and hobbies, anything to distract from the gnawing emptiness inside. But distraction only works for so long. Eventually, those feelings claw their way back to the surface. One evening, as darkness envelops her room like a shroud, she feels an overwhelming urge to break free from her self-imposed exile. The thought of stepping outside sends shivers down her spine. What if he's still out there? What if he's moved on but still haunts her? In this fragile state, she decides it's time for a change. A night out at a bar they used to frequent might be just what she needs to shake off some cobwebs and breathe life back into her weary soul. The bar looms ahead like an old friend turned stranger, a place filled with laughter and warmth now shrouded in bittersweet memories. As our narrator steps inside, the familiar sounds wash over her. Laughter ringing like chimes in the air. Glasses clinking like tiny bells of joy. But beneath that surface lies an undercurrent of sadness that tugs at her heart. It's safer here. She takes a deep breath as she scans the room. It's almost surreal how much has changed since they last visited together. The dim lighting casts shadows that dance across faces filled with mirth and camaraderie, faces that seem oblivious to her turmoil. She orders a drink and finds a quiet corner where she can observe without being seen. As she sips her drink slowly, memories flood back unbidden. Nights spent sharing secrets over cocktails, playful banter echoing through the air as they played pool together, their laughter mingling with music in perfect harmony. But now those memories feel tainted by an undercurrent of loss. Feeling overwhelmed by nostalgia and sadness, she decides to approach the pool table, her sanctuary within this sea of emotions. The green felt beckons like an old lover's embrace. It's where she felt most alive. As she chalks up her cue stick and takes aim at the balls lined up before her, she feels a fleeting sense of control returning. But just as quickly as it comes, it dissipates when a younger guy approaches her, a stranger with an eager smile, who asks if he can join her for a game. She hesitates but ultimately agrees. Perhaps some lighthearted competition will help lift her spirits. As they begin their game, our narrator notices how different this new player is from her ex-boyfriend. His technique is clumsy at best, lacking finesse or strategy. Yet there's something refreshing about his enthusiasm. He laughs easily and tries to engage in conversation between shots. But as their game progresses, it becomes clear that while he may have energy and charm, he lacks depth. The kind of connection that once flowed effortlessly between her and her ex-boyfriend during their own matches at this very table. Still, there's something comforting about playing pool again. The sound of balls colliding brings back flashes of happier times. It almost feels like home amidst all this chaos swirling inside her head. The lesson is the same as they drift apart, forcing both players and winners to work the flow of words, while endless pressure slowly inside her head. She allows herself to enjoy this distraction for what it is, an escape from reality, even if just for one night. As they continue playing, under dim lights flickering overhead like stars trapped indoors, she finds herself laughing more than expected, despite knowing deep down that this isn't love or even attraction. It's merely companionship born out of shared activity. Yet as they finish their game and he offers another round at his place afterward, a suggestion delivered with confidence, it catches her off guard completely. She hadn't anticipated such boldness from someone so young. Let's go back to my place, he says casually after pocketing another ball, with surprising accuracy for someone who seemed so inexperienced earlier on. Her heart races, not out of excitement but fear, as uncertainty washes over her like ice water poured down her back. I think I'll pass, she replies playfully but firmly. There's something unsettling about his eagerness that raises alarms within her mind. You can't take too many risks, nor do you find success without retribution. She wants to take things slow after all that has happened recently, and doesn't want any complications added onto an already tumultuous situation. But his expression shifts almost imperceptibly. What was once playful now morphs into something darker, a flicker behind his eyes that sends chills racing down her spine. Come on, he insists again. This time his tone takes on an edge that makes it clear he won't take no for an answer. The atmosphere around them shifts dramatically. Laughter fades into silence as other patrons begin noticing their exchange, the tension palpable, enough to cut through glass-like shards flying through air when something breaks unexpectedly. She stands firm against his advances despite feeling small against his growing aggression. Her instincts screaming at her to flee, while adrenaline surges through veins, readying herself for fight or flight mode, should things escalate further than words exchanged across tables. Filled with drinks consumed too quickly earlier tonight. Suddenly, without warning, before she can react, he lunges forward, grabbing hold of her wrist tightly enough that pain shoots through nerves, sending shockwaves straight into panic mode. Within seconds flat. You're coming with me, he growls, lowly while snatching away purse, dangling loosely from shoulder where it had rested moments ago, without worry. Until now. Time slows down as adrenaline floods every fiber within body, urging movement, yet frozen stillness grips mind, paralyzed by disbelief at how quickly everything has spiraled out. Control, let go! She cries out, desperately trying wrestle free from grip tightening around wrist, threatening bruises forming beneath skin already pale, against harsh fluorescent lights illuminating surroundings, starkly contrasting, darkness creeping around edges where shadows lurk, waiting patiently for chaos unfold. Just then, the sound erupts like thunder, crashing through silence surrounding them. Others nearby spring into action, sensing danger lurking within atmosphere thickening rapidly. Patrons rise up, shouting warnings while rushing towards scene unfolding before them. A cacophony erupting amidst chaos, breaking free, momentarily providing opportunity needed escape. With one final shove from behind, accompanied by shouts urging him away, he releases hold, allowing freedom return briefly before disappearing into night, leaving behind only echoes lingering long after footsteps fade away. Heart racing wildly within, chest pounding against ribcage, as though trying to break free itself. She stumbles outside, gasping, fresh air filling lungs, burning from exertion, while reality crashes down around like waves crashing against rocks, eroding foundations built upon trust. Shattered instantaneously, once safely home again behind locked doors, the world outside feels foreign now, tinged with fear creeping silently beneath skin, making every shadow seem sinister. Lurking just beyond sight, waiting patiently, strike when least expected. But then something catches eye. A glimmer, catching light reflecting off small metallic object nestled deep inside purse, left abandoned momentarily during chaos earlier tonight. Her breath hitches, caught between panic rising rapidly within chest, threatening suffocate. Any semblance of calm remaining after ordeal faced moments ago. An AirTag. Panic surges anew, realizing implications behind discovery. It could have been planted by him. Heart racing faster than ever before, pounding loudly against eardrums, drowning out rational thoughts, desperately trying to piece together events leading up this moment when everything spiraled completely beyond control. Without thinking twice, she grabs scissors, cutting through plastic casing, shattering illusion safety once held tightly. Until now, once destroyed, she rushes inside, locking door behind, ensuring no one can follow, intruding upon sanctuary created amidst chaos outside, world beyond walls surrounding, night stretches endlessly before eyes, refusing close despite exhaustion threatening pull consciousness away into darkness where nightmares lurk, waiting patiently, ready, pounce upon unsuspecting prey, lost within dreams. Instead, she remains vigilant, watching from window, peering cautiously outside, searching shadows, creeping along street, illuminated only faint glow, street lights casting eerie glow upon pavement below. But then, a car drives slowly past, multiple times sending chills racing down spine, igniting primal instinct, urging flight response. Once again, each time headlights sweep across window illuminating room, momentarily revealing vulnerability hidden beneath layers protective walls. Built around heart now feeling exposed, raw against elements surrounding. What if he comes back? What if he knows where I live? If he implies all is not well with a blank front face. If he thoughts spiral downward into abyss, uncertainty gripping tightly around throat, choking out rationality, leaving only fear behind, suffocating every breath taken. Hours drag on endlessly until finally dawn breaks, casting light upon darkness, revealing truth hidden beneath shroud. Night cloaked in mystery, leaving only remnants, fear lingering just beneath surface, waiting patiently. Strike again when least expected. The next day dawns bright yet feels heavy, a stark contrast against turmoil raging inside, mind refusing settle despite attempts. Regain composure, lost amidst chaos, experienced previous night, with trembling hands clutching phone tightly against ear, dialing familiar number, seeking solace, found family, always provided, throughout life journey thus far. Mati, her parents answer immediately, sensing urgency, underlying voice trembling slightly, revealing vulnerability hidden beneath facade strength. Carefully constructed over years past, they listen intently, absorbing every detail. Shared, recounting events unfolded leading up, terrifying encounter, leaving behind scars deeper than visible bruises, formed earlier during struggle fought bravely against unknown assailant, determined, protect, self, despite overwhelming odds stacked against. Concern washes over them palpable, even through distance separating them physically, yet emotionally connected, stronger than ever before, reminding how important support system truly is during times of crisis. Faced alone, feeling isolated, surrounded. Darkness threatening, consume entirely. They urge contact police immediately, report incident, ensuring safety paramount above all else despite limitations. Face do lack evidence available, leaving lingering uncertainty regarding next steps taken moving forward towards healing process, begun slowly. Inching forward day by day, rebuilding trust lost along way. Learning, navigate world filled with unpredictability lurking around every corner. Waiting, strike when least expected. Days stretch into weeks, filled with grinding anxiety gripping tightly around throats, suffocating any semblance normalcy once held dear, now feeling distant memory fading further away each passing moment. Spent indoors, surrounded walls closing tighter, trapping within confines, safety created amidst chaos outside, world beyond reach. Though car hasn't been spotted since fateful night, shadows still linger. Haunting every thought, reminding constantly danger exists lurking just beyond sight, waiting patiently. Strike again when least expected. Leaving uncertainty hanging heavy. Air thickening, atmosphere filled, tension palpable. Enough cut glass surrounding vulnerable heart exposed, raw beneath layers protective armor, built over years past, shielding against pain, experienced throughout life journey thus far. Yet amidst darkness, hope flickers faintly, illuminating path ahead, guiding gently towards healing process begun slowly, inching forward day by day, rebuilding trust lost along way, learning, navigating, world-filled unpredictability lurking around every corner, waiting, strike when least expected, reminding strength lies within resilience forged through adversity faced bravely, standing tall against odds stacked high, battling demons, lurking shadows threatening consume entirely, leaving stars deeper than visible bruises formed earlier during struggle, fought bravely against unknown assailant, determined protect self despite overwhelming odds stacked against. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, comment below your thoughts, subscribe my channel